right, everybody. Ancient relatives of things like lobsters and crayfish. These critters you're looking at are called trilobites, and they're under our feet here in western New York and central New York. We're talking about 300 to 400 million years ago, way back before the dinosaurs. And Paleo Joe is back to tell us more about his presentation tonight at the Penn-Dixie Auditorium. And again, as I said, we can take your calls and questions now at 644-9840. Joe, let me ask you a question. What was the temperature of the water like back then?
Temperature's probably a little bit warmer. We're not totally sure. I mean, the Earth is constantly changing, moving, and the salinity of the water keeps changing. These guys actually began about 500 million years ago and died off 250 million years ago. These are the only extinct order of arthropods that ever lived on Earth. Now, we have spiders and crabs and insects. Those are living orders of arthropods. Trilobites, for some reason, could not adapt at the end of the Permian period, and the trilobites are gone. They're extinct. But the other relatives of these guys are still around in the oceans today.
But they have that look of something that was pre-dinosaur.
Absolutely.
You know, they have a
hard
look.
armor shell.
Yeah.
Many of the trilobites have different kinds of spines and spikes and ways of protecting themselves. These were one of the first creatures on Earth that actually had eyes. They had eyes very similar to a fly's eye, all those little lenses. So we believe that they had a really great vision. Again, we talked about possibly being a scavenger or a predator. They ate the decaying plant and animal matter that was on the bottom of the ocean. They'd walk around and kind of like a vacuum cleaner, suck that stuff up. But there were others that we believe that were actually predators. They'd walk up on an undersea worm and they'd catch that and they would eat that as well.
You know, I just love this field, and there's just so, it just tells us so much. It raises so many other questions. For example, when I look at these things, these are the kind of things that we think would be alien, right? I mean, they have that kind of a look that it's just so unusual. They don't look like anything else that's still on Earth today.
Absolutely. You know, the body structures of different things change. Now, we do have, out even here again in New York, out near Utica, we have something called a eurypterid. It's they call it a sea scorpion. Now, those things kind of look a little bit like the land scorpions that we have. These guys, well, they really don't look like that. They have a totally different body style, totally different look of them. Now, we do have some creatures in the deep oceans today called isopods. They look very similar to these trilobites. They look very similar, actually, to an isotylus that I'll have at the show tonight, but they are not the same. They're a modern arthropod that is a little bit different than these guys. So, again, these guys are long since gone.
I love those ones that live in the deep ocean that almost light up on their own.
Yes, well, a lot of plankton, a lot of stuff that lives in deep oceans, they have bioluminescence because it's so dark down there. That's one of the things about trilobites as well. You know, some of these guys had eyes, some of these guys didn't have eyes. So now we're trying to figure out, why did they have eyes, why didn't they? Well, if this creature lived down below 350 feet, it's dark down there. They don't need eyes. So some of these trilobites could have been really a deep water creature. We have other trilobites that have really highly developed eyes with 10,000 lenses in their eyes. Those guys probably near shore had a great field of vision. Some of these guys have lots of ornamentation on their bodies, so they were kind of crawling around the bottom of the ocean. Some have very little ornamentation. We believe they could bury themselves down in the sand and kind of wait for something to come by, or bury themselves in the sand for protection from danger. So lots of different species. We've got over 30,000 different species of these guys.
Amazing.
I've got only about 250 that are currently touring the country. I have a museum exhibit that's touring in Michigan right now, and I've got like 250 different species.
Well, we know that there's going to be a library program in Lewiston, and we have the Elmwood Charter Academy you're going to be making an appearance at. But let's take this call first before we elaborate on that. Good morning. Caller, you there? Hello? All right. Oh, I thought I heard somebody. Hello?
Hello, my name is PJ Brady.
Okay, go ahead.
How does the little guy eat?
Oh, good question.
What a fantastic question. How do these little guys eat? Well, the trilobite actually on the underside of the body, what you're seeing here on camera, this is all the top of the body. On the underside of the body, they had a small mouth, and we believe they crawled on the bottom of the ocean and they would suck up that plant and animal matter that's on the bottom of the ocean. Kind of like if you watch a crayfish or a shrimp at an aquarium. They use those little mandibles in the front, those little appendages. They kind of tear up and crush up some of that stuff, and they feed it into their mouths. So again, we believe that that's one of the ways that they ate.
See, always in Western New York, you could get a good meal. It
Absolutely,
didn't matter. Millions of
absolutely.
years ago, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, library program in Lewiston, Elmwood Charter. Tell people where you're going to be.
Well, I'm going to be at the Lewiston Library. I think that's going to be up on the screen. I don't have the time in front of me right here. I'm going to be at the Lewiston Library. I'm going to be at the Gateway Executive Center tonight at 7 o'clock. You can come a little bit early. You can come at 6 o'clock and kind of talk to us and see what these things are. The club members themselves are bringing some of the trilobites from the Penn-Dixie Quarry themselves.
Oh, nice.
So you'll see some of them right here from Western New York. I'm going to be doing the Colonial Village Family Night program. I'm doing Elmwood Charter Academy. Lots and lots of programs.
All right, now before we go, Joe is also a wonderful author, and we have this great book, A Pictorial Guide to North American Trilobites. We're going to give this away to caller number 7, okay? So if you have a science kid in your family who's interested in something like this, really whet their appetite. You never know. They could be the next Paleo Joe.
Absolutely.
Paleo always needs an assistant. So there you go. Caller 7 right now to 644-9840 and go and enjoy tonight's program.